guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, it is so great to see you. And friends, welcome to the next installment or the next video, the next review in the 2021 Canvas Print Shootout. Now, as I've mentioned in other videos in this series, is in previous years, we combined all the reviews into one big video. And last year, for example, we reviewed seven Canvas print companies, and it turned into over a 2-hour video. That was a beefy video. So as I've mentioned in previous videos, we're gonna break this year. We're doing it a little bit different, as we're breaking each Canvas review into its own kind of review video. Then ultimately what we're going to do is we're gonna have one final video that will ultimately crown the victor, the winner of the 2021 Best Canvas Shootout. And if this is your first time watching these here, basically what we do is each year, I spend no more than $100. I blind shop a Canvas print. Usually I try to get a 1624 so I can compare apples to apples with each company. And this year is no different. The difference is this year we're comparing 11 companies. So it's even more important why we're going to break these up into smaller bite-sized little reviews. So what will happen is underneath this video here, you can go down and you can click on the links over to other videos, other reviews that we did with other companies, or ultimately click on the 2021. If you want to skip to see who did we crown, just skip to the 2021 champion, and that will show you who we ultimately picked. And then of course if you want to go back and watch some of the individual videos, because what we're going to do is I'm going to open each one of these prints up in front of you so you can see not only how it was shipped, what the prints look like. I'm going to share my immediate kind of likes and dislikes about each one. And this one, this is SnapFish. All right, let's get to it. So first impression, packaging seems all right. I know it's pretty nicely done there. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but okay. This is all right. So as you can see, again, this is SnapFish. Now, usually I like to see a little bit more care spent on the packaging, and the reason for that is if it's an important print for like a client, or just in your home and so forth, as these things are coming across the country or wherever they're going and so forth, they're shifting around a bit in there. So having it secured down, or even tape, there's no tape holding this in, and so it's definitely a simple box, but that's my 2 cents. Okay, so they did put it in into a plastic bag here. There's no, okay, well, it does look like they're giving us some mounting hardware included, and it looks like there's a little rubber stop, which I'm guessing would go along the bottom of it. So once you have it hanging up against the wall, the bottom is not just kind of leaning up against the wall, which is nice. Okay. Okay, this is going to be one of those reviews. All right, you guys you've heard me in previous videos talk about tension of canvas. Why you want it tight. This is super loose. And one of the things that is bugging me right up the get-go right here, which I'm not sure, let's see if I can get that on, whether it's going to show up on camera or not, the frame underneath these. So the frames on these, it kind of goes like this, where this kind of steps up a little bit here, and I can actually see quite a bit of that frame popping out of the inside edge of this print here. The canvas is very loose. The corners aren't bad, but they can be done a little bit differently to make it look a little neater. And here's something. So if you've watched my reviews before in the past, I put this big god-awful logo onto these things, and that is mainly to see And this is important if you're drop shipping directly to a client. Let's face it, we're all humans and accidents can happen. I want to see which companies are actually going to reach out, say something, or might even fix, reach out to me like, hey, give me the opportunity to fix this. Hey, you sure this doesn't look right? So my logo, as you know, is normally over in the lower left-hand side. And we can see here, there's my logo wrapped around the back side of that edge there. So if that was important to me, that is obviously not doing me any good, and it kind of looks bad wrapped around the back side there. Jumping over to the back side here. All right. So this is, I've spoken about frequency staple before. The back of this, I will tell you, looks very sloppy. The edges here are just kind of thrown together. Nothing's really tight back here. Frequency of staples, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the top edge, there's 9. Yesterday's canvas that we went through, which was CanvasHQ, to put things in perspective, they had 60 staples going along the top. And you may say, well, Alex, why do you need that many staples? Well, the answer is quite simple. As this print ages, now this one, the canvas isn't tight to begin with, so this looks like it looks like a loose diaper. I don't know where that came from, but I'm just gonna run with it. But anyways, as this ages, and especially if this was tighter, this canvas is slowly gonna start pull away, and there's less holding it together. That's why you want a tighter staple frequency on the back. It just keeps everything tight and it keeps your print looking fantastic. So if you look at, let's see if we can get that in frame. This looks really sloppy here. And another thing, what do you notice back here? That is, there's no frame. I like to see at least some level of framing, whether it's just at least a simple, one going down through the center or even the corner bracing. It's just nice to have a little extra beef to it. And again, there's no cover to the back of this. I like having the back covered out on these prints. The corners, the frame doesn't look bad. It seems to be at least sanded a bit. I've had some frames come across where it was quite rough lumber, where you can actually get splinters. The mitered corners look pretty tight. Yeah, so the framing isn't bad. It seems to be. The frame's well made on this. So in terms of frame, it's nice. I like the frame. The colors, the snow on this here looks a little warm to me. So the colors seem a little muted onto this. It seems like some of the sharpness in the image is gone a little bit. Yeah. So first impressions on this, no framing in the back. The staple frequency is pretty poor. The presentation on the back is definitely has a lot of room to improve. No backing, which is just a personal taste myself. The canvas is not even tight, and that's a big no-no. I could see the frame coming through on the inside of this here, which is not nice, and the colors seem to be off along with the sharpness of this. So SnapFish, not a big winner. And that is going to conclude this review on the SnapFish 2021 Canvas Print Shootout. And again, go down below for the description to see the other companies that we tested in their individual reviews, or on the top I will have a direct link over to who we're going to crown as the winner for 2021.